Hi, it's getting pretty dang chilly out here. It's looking like it's time to fire up the Blacksmith forge. One problem, I haven't touched it in 2 years. Oh, thank goodness. They just pop right out. It's those weeds. Let's freaking do this. Look at this. Man, I can be such a freaking slob. I gotta respect my equipment more. This is getting crazy. It's time to change. Why do I have 5 identical hammers out here? Moment of truth, does the blower still work? Thank you, Lord. Here's the worst part, deciding between scrap and trash. There's a very fine line between the two. What it always ends up coming down to for me is the amount of money that I would spend replacing it if I did end up needing it, worth the amount of piece that I get from throwing it out. Getting there. I can walk around in it, at least. Let's keep going. Oh, no way. I didn't know I still had that. That's the soft dish that I used for dishing out the tread plate armor. Freaking stinks. All right, let's see what our allowance is for today. Oh my, why? What is the point? All right, half a bag of lump charcoal, a whole bag of premium nut coal. Anthracite. I was experimenting with this stuff a couple of years ago, evidently. I actually like it. It's really interesting stuff. It looks a lot like natural coal, like the kind of stuff you pull out of the ground. I think that might be exactly what that is. In my experience, this stuff is way hotter. The only downsides are it leaves behind kind of this like gummy mass in there, but you kind of just gotta scoop it out and throw it in the neighbor's yard. This stuff is kind of wet. See if that affects anything. The other thing is it's a little bit harder to start. So I like to start off with some regular old lump charcoal, and then from there, burns like a dream. Forgot how cool this thing is. I should probably move that propane tank now that I think about it. We chuck the anthracite on top. The other thing I really like about anthracite is it doesn't have that really pungent kind of barbecue smell to it. It almost has no smell at all. It's just a super clean burning coal. And our first victim, good old chunk of spring steel, obviously. Not quite hot enough. See how there's no smoke whatsoever? Love this stuff. Alright, it might be good. Alrighty, here's the spearhead design I've come up with that will fit inside the part that I've flattened. I'll be the first to say it might look a little shrimpy, but this thing is meant to be a throwing spear. It's not supposed to be a big boar spear or fighting spear. It's supposed to be super lightweight. I think this is gonna be just perfect. So I'm gonna clean off the forge scale with the wire wheel real quick. Wire wheel real quick. Can't even tell if I'm gonna be able to see this. Nah. So I just used a silver Sharpie instead. It was a lot better. Alrighty, I got pretty dang good at freehand beveling a few years ago. Let's see if I still got it. Alright, not the worst bevel in the world for my first one in a pretty long time. I did kind of mess up a little bit though. There is a slight distal taper in the blade and I didn't really account for that. So at this section right here, the bevel is actually pretty centered. It comes down to the center of the material. But as it continues and the blade gets thinner and thinner, I think I actually pushed past the center. So the big downside there is once I put the bevel on the other side, then visibly you're gonna be able to see that the bevel is longer here, and then it's gonna kind of taper out as it goes to the end, which a nice even bevel all the way to the end is visually what you really want. It's not gonna affect the sharpness of it, but come to think of it right now, if I did try to keep that centered right there and maintain a really uniform depth on the bevel, I would have to make the bevel up here really, really shallow, and that would make the edge really, really fragile. If it was a knife that I was cutting with, that would be fine. You could actually make it really, really sharp, like razor sharp. But for something that you're throwing that's going to be taking a lot of impact, maybe that wouldn't be the best thing ever. I'm not going to pretend for a second that this was on purpose, but this actually might be better for what we're doing actually. We'll call it a happy accident. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up off camera. I hate filming belt sanding. I thought I was going to be able to quench it in this bean can, but it's not quite deep enough. I hit it at just about the exact same height as the bean can. All right, better. This is canola oil. I found this to be the most consistent for quenching 5160. I just about always get a good result with this stuff. And it smells like a homemade tortilla when you quench it. It's pretty nice. For the best results, it helps to warm up the oil first to 130 degrees. That's just on the edge of where it's kind of uncomfortable to put your finger into. It does not take very long. On a time lapse, you'll even see the oil raise up because it's expanding. All right, let's see if it took. Yep, I swear that corn oil never misses. All right, 425, stay on. And yeah, we'll do bake. Leave that for 1 hour, take it out, let it cool down, and then put it back in for another hour flipped over. Here's how it looks the next day. Nice golden color with some little blue spots on there. Now I'm gonna prepare this mop handle to accept the blade. So I'm just gonna kind of eyeball how deep I want the blade to go. Probably gonna trim some off the end there, so that'll probably be good. It'll definitely seat. I don't want to push it in all the way because it'll be kind of hard to pull it back out to sharpen it. All right, I buffed off the oxide. I'm gonna put not a crazy edge on this thing. I'm gonna go up to 1,000 grit. All right, it's sharper than I thought it would be. Still nothing crazy, but I guarantee if you throw this at something, it'll go through. So here I'm drilling a hole that's gonna turn into the notch for the rubber band to sit in. If you're wondering why I didn't just use the hole that's already there, it's because I wanted to make sure that the notch was gonna be perpendicular to the wood grain to prevent it from splitting. I did also pay attention to the wood grain when I was cutting the slot for the blade as well. I wonder if that one thing will work here. That has got to be the weirdest thing of all time. Like, I understand it, but I also kind of don't. So I used a few different paracord wraps to experiment with the look of it, but to be honest, just some good old black battle cord with all the guts taken out, to me is the best look. I was kind of avoiding it at first because it's a little more expensive than regular paracord because it's, you know, bigger, way stronger. But because it's so much wider, you can use a lot less of it. I'm only going to use like 7 feet here. You really want to go very tight with the wrap, as tight as you really can, because ultimately this is what's holding the grains together and keeping the blade from driving itself into the shaft and splitting it. So the tighter you can get this, really the better. The chicken of my hand is getting a crazy pump. A few loose ones. All right. Alrighty, so in the Patreon video that I posted pretty much as soon as I finished this thing, this is what I was using to accelerate it. This length of Theraband silver tubing with a knot in it. You just kind of reach through and you can grab it like that. And it does work, but it's pretty uncomfortable on the thumb. So I switched over to a full width Theraband Gold flat band. So you reach through on the spear side, grab onto the rubber, and that is just so much more comfortable. And not only that, it's also about 30% stronger than the silver tubing. So let's see what we can do. I wish I didn't have to point the camera straight into the sun. Try to get a good shot though. So the spear weighs this much. I guess I probably should show you what a pitiful spear thrower I am naturally. This is always so embarrassing. Okay, flew pretty nice and straight. 39 feet. We're not even going to talk about accuracy. You guys saw the Pelham video. So that's that. Let's get some Theraband Gold behind it. Oh shoot. Well, that looked like about twice as far, but it went way off to the left. Holy smokes, that was far. Oh. $38 meters, 125 feet, and it's stuck in the ground. Nice. That was honestly pretty comfy. I really don't practice spear throwing at all, so my joints just aren't really built for it at the moment. Throwing it without the rubber is kind of uncomfy on the shoulder. All right, I'm gonna try to hit the camera, but hope I don't. $123 feet that time. Ah. Terrible throw, but somehow still stuck. I guess because it's spinning in the air. That was 96 feet. 96 feet on a really bad throw. That was a good one. All right, that one was a great shot, but I'm trying to get that money shot where the spear lands, like right there. Just about exactly 40 meters. Can't stop it pulling left, but then of course if I try to aim right, it's gonna go, you know, over the fence over there. It's just how these things go. Thank God I'm not getting any shoulder pain though. I'm gonna aim for that tree that's on the right. And of course it goes to the right of the tree. 35 meters. Throws are getting sloppy and they're not going as far. I might be tapped out. I'm gonna give it one more. It's funny, the harder I try to throw it, yeah, it's a lot less accurate, but it also doesn't go as far. How weird is that? Yeah, 40 meters. That's a great shot. All right, I'm not going for distance on this one because that is my garage right behind this big dead tree. But I just want you to see how light I throw this and the impact that it hits with. Oh my gosh. It's like the force of throwing a little dart at a dartboard. Oh my gosh. That's so crazy. How nuts is that? You gotta be kidding me. Do I dare? I think I dare. Please let that look good on camera. Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do check out the Patreon. I'm doing weekly updates now, behind the scenes footage. Not behind the scenes footage like I'm just posting the extra clips that I normally edit out. I'm actually like making videos to put on the Patreon. So I'm trying to argue here that there is a bit of value to the Patreon. Now, rave reviews from the like 12 active patrons that I have. How could 12 whole people be wrong, guys? There's obviously a lot of value in that Patreon. $5 a month, get those extra videos. There's also a $10 options where you can like get some behind the scenes footage. It's the same. Don't even get me started on the $20 option, guys. Oh my gosh, the value. But for the spear that throws itself, that's all I got for today. Thank you very much for watching. I'll talk to you later. Bye.